I'm gonna get to my reasons as to why I think that happened.
Hi, I'm Keisha from 3D Pop-Up Shop, and I'm here with my co-host Kanika
Hi, everybody.
and my virtual co-hosts who are the Black small business owners selling on 3dpopupshop.com. If you're wondering what it is, head over there after this episode. So today we're going to have a little story time because, like I said in previous episodes, things weren't always so straight and easy for us. We learn as we grow. So we're going to talk about the time that Ally Bank locked us out of our account. We basically hired a staff to take care of a whole bunch of women for makeup. We had mad people working for us. We had 17 makeup artists working under us. Everything was running smoothly. Clients were coming in and out of our chairs because we do hundreds of makeup application at a time. So now we are ready to pay these makeup artists. And the way we were paying the makeup artist is just a straight transfer to their account. Zelle, to be precise. And it's easy, quick and easy to just give to contract workers, right? Girl, we have thousands of dollars sitting in the bank just waiting to give out to our contract workers. And all of a sudden, Ally goes, "Oh, we suspect fraud. Please call us." And we're like, "What? Okay, this must be a big misunderstanding because clearly we're not fraudulent people. We're doing things on the up and up. We have our bank account, we have money to be paid. Girl, we file taxes, okay? Now, don't tell me otherwise. We're good." So we're like telling the makeup artist, "Don't you worry, you're gonna get paid. Just stay right here," because that was the whole deal for them to get paid immediately after their gig, right? Okay. So we call up Ally, and allies start asking us a million questions.
Can you tell us the amount of money that was sent out? Could you tell us your location at this moment? Could you tell us the internet service that you use that you're on right now? Can you tell us the internet service that you usually use? It's showing in our log that you were out of the country. Can you tell us where you were? Why would the bank, why would Ally need to ask me where I was out of the country a few weeks ago? Is that pertinent to what's happening right now? You're telling me that there's fraud occurring right now.
Talking about when did we open up social security number or which state we opened up social security number. Now, are you like, come on, are you
Yeah.
serious right now? Like,
Right.
what are we saying here? Like, this is beyond invasive. Okay, but you know what? We rolling with it because we trying to get to the end here so we could release these funds. All right, long story short, the bank assistant, whatever he was, Brad, thanks for answering the questions. We're going to have to put this account in investigation. And we're like, what are you talking about? And the one line that stood out to me was, we have an obligation to protect the bank. So at this time, we cannot release the funds and your bank account is under lock until we can further investigate what's happening in your account. How livid, pissed, confused, disappointed, hurt, sad, everything, every emotion was running through us at that point.
As you can imagine, this is a high emotional driving situation because remember, we've talked about how things happen in our business. We talked about how you have to be able to recover. Now, here we are. Let's just take it for face value. We hire makeup artists to work an event for one day. Okay. And we had in our contract that they're going to get paid by the end of the day. And so now here we are paying our makeup artist from our bank account. Ally decides to freeze our account. Now, it's not only bad because it's making us look as if we're not upholding our end of the of the agreement with these makeup artists. Some of these makeup artists are return makeup artists. Some of them are brand new. So it's about establishing a relationship. Like, listen, we're going to do what we're going to do. When you're a small business, your reputation is everything. When you're a small business, you have to, what you say you're going to do, you need to do, because you do any little thing wrong and you're just gone. You don't have the history with your makeup artists or your employees, your contract workers, or your clientele to really slip up. Okay. So now to see that we've had this bank account now and for many years, okay, many years we've had this bank account. When I say many years, I want to say at least 5 years we've had this bank account, okay, at least 5 years. And now here we are in a position where we are growing, and Ally now has a problem with us taking our money out of the account that they were holding for us. Okay, so it's just a matter of, listen, like, every time we grow, every time we try to do something more, it's like we're getting knocked down. And it looks as if we are being unreliable and we're not being honest with these makeup artists, because it's like, what the heck? Like, how of all things, at the very end, when you're going to get paid, listen, if I do work, I want to get paid. And I want to get paid when you say you're going to pay me.
Yep.
Okay.
And you know what? First of all, two things. First of all, we did this before. This was not our first rodeo. So it's not like, okay, we've never Zelled to our contractors before, right? Okay, that's number one. Number two, why we didn't have cash, because no serious business person is walking around with thousands of dollars
Right.
on.
That's a liability. It's a liability.
Are you serious right now? So somebody could cut my throat in the parking lot because they know I have like $3,000 to $12,000 just chilling in my pockets.
Right. If you were working for a small medical clinic where it was just the doctor and yourself, is this doctor going to pull out cash and pay you on payday? No, he or she is not going to do that. He or she is going to pay you via an online electronic platform. So it's the same thing. Like, absolutely no. We're not walking around with cash like we're drug dealers. We're not doing
Right. Right. So how we ended up getting our money back, because we called day after day after day after day. First of all, before we called, we had to pull funds from other accounts, scrape funds from other accounts to pay these girls, because you know what? We live by our word, and that's how we stay in business. Because if we say we're going to do this, we are going to do this, all right? And we don't mess with money. If we promise you money, you're going to get your money. We scrape funds, we got it together.
And they all got paid that day. Okay? That day.
That day.
Yep.
And day after day after day, we calling Ally Bank. I mean, we're tag teaming. What is going on? They're giving us minimal information, bits and pieces. Oh, there was fraud detected, so we had to make sure, we had to look. And I'm like, okay, so are you done looking? Because I got shit to do. I have shit to do. Long story short, these heifers straight up kept the account locked for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
6 weeks.
But I just want to specify the timeline. On the day when this whole activity started, we said, okay, no problem, close the account, send us a check. That's exactly what we said. As the customer of the banking institution, we requested for them to close our account and send us our money to the address that we verified was on the account that they thought was fraud. And then
how long it took for them to send this money?
Weeks to hold the money in the account before they close the account. Go ahead.
Can you imagine how crazy this is, that we have all this thousands of dollars just sitting in the account that we need to reimburse ourselves now, because we done use money from all over to get these girls paid on the day that they worked.
And remember, we also have business operations that requires that money. It wasn't just money for payroll. It was money for day-to-day operations. 6 weeks is a long time. 6 weeks, you already know 2 sets of bills came. 2 sets of bills came. in 6
Oh,
weeks?
we ended up getting a new business account, and that is working out great for us currently still. But basically what happened with Ally, or what we put pieces together, is that they did not want so many Zelle payments coming out at once. And that is what it is. And to me, that's crazy, because if you offer the service, then you should be fine when we want our money back, or when we want to distribute our money however we want to distribute it. Never again. Never again. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, we grew because now we have different type of means of paying our artists and our staff and employees, but was the mechanism that we used at the time. This is what we needed to do at the time. So if this is available to us and we're crossing our T's and dotting our I's, then this should have had no issue. It's our account.
And also, just to be clear, because there are stipulations to either how much money you can withdraw in a 24-hour span or how many payments you can make. We were nowhere near that limit for the month, and we were nowhere near the limit of how much money, because we made sure that our threshold was significantly high, way, way, way in advance. Remember, one, this is not the first time we've done this. Two, we've had this account for many years. Remember those 2 points. So we already had all of that taken care of in the past, so that when times like this, if we wouldn't run into that problem. So it wasn't a matter of we were meeting the money limit, and we weren't meeting how many transfers we could have sold out in a day. So that had nothing to do, played a role in why they froze our account. So here's my pretty bow. X on Ally. Do not do any type of banking with Ally. Why? Because if they thought it was fraudulent activity, they asked us to call. They suspected something was wrong, which we did. This is not the first time that a banking institution would be like, oh, is this fraud? Verify yes or no. We verify yes. Okay, clear. And they keep it moving. We called in, we verified information. For them to, one, ask us the amount of information that they were asking us to verify, and then for Brad to have a slip of the tongue and say, my priority is to protect the bank. I'm your customer. You had no problem holding my thousands and thousands of dollars, but now when I want to transfer the money out, you have a problem. So you know what? You sit there with your problem, you sit there protecting the bank, and you will no longer have my money to continue to loan out 10 times the amount that I have, so that you could keep making money on my money. So here to all my small businesses, as long as you make sure that you are dotting your I's and crossing your T's, make sure you read the fine print and you know what banking institution is holding your money and who they are really looking out for. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Ally was not checking for a little brown girl here and little brown girl here.
So if you enjoy this video or you want to hear more from us, please consider subscribing. Just click on that button below, or click on another video. Listen, we need to help the Black businesses out here, all right? So head over to 3dpopupshop.com after you subscribe.